As a criminal defense lawyer, the most frequent question I get is, can I travel if there's a warrant for my arrest? People from across the country contact me with this question multiple times a week by phone, text, and email. What I tell them and what I'll tell you is that it depends where you are going and how you are getting there. First and foremost, if there's a warrant for your arrest, you want to deal with it as quickly as possible. Police have the power to arrest you at any time and in any place within the jurisdiction that issued the warrant. If you are stopped by police and they find out you have a warrant, you will be arrested and taken into custody on the spot. Now, if you're getting ready to travel, this is not the ideal way to start a holiday. So let's put that part aside and talk about what you really want to know. Can I fly if I have a warrant for my arrest? Now, if you're flying domestically, so within Canada, city to city or province to province, a warrant won't cause you any issues. When you book a domestic flight, check in online or at the airport kiosk, or even go through security, your name is not automatically cross-referenced with a police database to determine your criminal record or warrant status. What this means is that you can travel freely within Canada by plane. Now, the only exception is that if you get yourself arrested or detained at the airport because you did something that attracted police attention, like getting heavily intoxicated at the airport bar, police will then check your identification, and if your name is run through their database, your warrant will be flagged and you can kiss that vacation goodbye. But let's switch gears now and talk about international travel. First, let's deal with traveling to the United States, because that's the most common question I get. Whether you're flying or driving, if you have a warrant, there is a very high likelihood you will be refused entry or detained and turned over to the Canadian police. When you cross into the United States, you must provide your passport. The border agent scans your passport and it is cross-referenced with a Canadian police database. Barring any kind of clerical error, the border agent will be alerted to your warrant and undoubtedly refuse entry. If you need to get into the USA, you have two options. First, hope that the border agent doesn't see the warrant flag when he or she scans your passport. Not an ideal option. Or two, deal with a warrant before you go. It's far easier to cross into the USA with an outstanding charge than it is if you have an outstanding warrant. Lastly, I get asked, can I travel internationally to countries other than the United States? The answer is, for the most part, yes. Other than the USA, Canada does not give access to CPIC, which is the Canadian Police Database that would flag your warrant. However, if you're traveling internationally and are subjected to secondary screening inspection for whatever reason, that foreign country, in theory, is able to contact Canada to request information on outstanding warrants or a criminal background. Most often, the countries that do this are Commonwealth countries, such as the UK or Australia. Now, the only other way a warrant can be flagged internationally is if the warrant is on Interpol. Now, this is unbelievably rare, so I won't waste your time discussing it. But if you think that there's a warrant for your arrest, the best thing you can do is deal with it right away. A warrant won't just go away, no matter how long you wait, and it can follow you throughout your life. In order to determine if there's a warrant for your arrest, hire a lawyer. Now, if you were to hire me, I'm able to obtain information about whether there's a warrant, what it's for, and the alleged offense date. I can then walk you through the process of turning yourself in to get the warrant executed, and in many cases, negotiate your very quick release from police custody. The police are much more reasonable when a person turns themselves in as opposed to when they're pulled over on the side of the road or trying to leave the country at the airport. If you have a warrant or think you may have a warrant, you need a lawyer. Call me today for a free, no obligation consultation.